astrology for the month with your cosmic girl. Trust you're doing well out there. And for disclosure, I am a practicing Hellenistic Western tropical astrologer. This month we see Saturn station direct in Pisces, Pluto ingressing back into Aquarius for a 20-year stay, and the exalted full moon in Taurus, and so much more. As a Cancer rising, you have yin, watery, cardinal qualities as this rising sign, and the moon is your planetary ruler. So let's get into your month. So speaking of the ruling planet for you being the moon, opening up the month of November on the 1st, there's a new moon in Scorpio, and this is in a part of your chart connected to joy, pleasure, and fun. Now, the moon traditionally is in fall in the sign of Scorpio, but what's good about this is Mars, which is the ruler of the sign of Scorpio, is situated in the part of your chart connected to your body, your identity, and your sense of self. So whatever you're beginning on this day, it's a bold new step in a new direction connected to dating and romance, children's sports, investments, athletics, and fun. So you're ready to be a lot more initiatory, more brave, and more direct about these new beginnings and how they are connected to those important people in your life that bring so much joy and pleasure. On the 15th of the month, we're having the best lunation of 2024, and this is the full moon in Taurus. The moon is exalted in the sign of Taurus, and this is through ancient Hellenistic teachings. When the moon is exalted in Taurus, think of the lunation as on high octane. And remember, the moon is your ruling planet. So what you're immersed in on this day is being a champion and a good supporter for your friends and your societal connections. You want to help celebrate with the people nearest and dear to you through your social connections, even though you may be secretly harnessing some very emotional truths that are going on behind the scenes. So putting on a brave face and putting people first is the key on this day, and you will be received oh so well. So for the first 3 weeks of the month, the sun is shining its light on your house of joy and pleasure to the 21st of November. So it's all about the kids and your romantic partnerships and investments. It's about your hobbies, your creative pursuits, and getting into sports and athletics, and looking at subjects such as gambling. So if you're ready to take a risk and get the adrenaline pumping, the sun is certainly encouraging that and encouraging you to get closer to your nearest and dearest and what you find pleasure in with this transit. On the 4th of November, the sun is lining up with Saturn in a part of your chart connected to long distance connections, your spirituality, and higher education. If you've been waiting for news that has been arduous and never ending, this is the day where you can hear some communication or get the cosmic green light that helps spread your proverbial wings. On the 21st of November, the sun then moves on into a part of your chart connected to your health, your physical body, anything to do with services, pets, co-workers, and your career for 4 weeks. So it's all about the work now, get rolling up those sleeves and getting down into the body and uncovering any mysteries. If you need to do research or travel somewhere to learn about your body or career prospects, this is the transit to do it. On the 27th, we see the sun line up with Mars, which will be in a part of your chart connected to finance, assets, and possessions. So the sun and Mars lining up in a trine, which is a very nice aspect. It's easier to commit financially to improving your health or your career prospects. You may also be purchasing a new pet. Venus, our planet of love, partnership, and attraction and unity, continues her transit in the part of your chart connected to your work, health, and services. Venus will be leaving on the 11th of November, so you have a small window of time to find harmony in your groups that you connect with on the day-to-day, your co-workers, your workplace, services that you're connected to, and really learning to love the body and getting back into fitness is the key with Venus in the 6th place. On the 3rd of November, we see Venus opposing Jupiter. So the two benefics facing off with one another. And this is going to be the day where I highly advise for the Cancer risings not to overcompensate. Don't push yourself physically too far. Don't overcompensate in regards to stretching the truth that you know more than you know when it comes to your actual career and what you're capable of. Know your limits on the 3rd of November. Then on the 11th, Venus moves on into a part of your chart connected to relationships and agreements all the way up until the 7th of December. You're after long-term commitments with this transit. Venus in Capricorn is all about solid yeses. So flimsy opportunities regarding dating, partnerships, contracts and agreements are certainly not what you're interested in when Venus is in Capricorn to December 7. If there are fair weather relationships that are really driving you nuts, you've got the cosmic green light to finally let go and pursue more connections that are in line with your valuables and your long distant vision. On the 22nd of the month, we see Venus then line up with Saturn in a part of your chart connected to international and foreign connections, higher education, legalities, and spiritual beliefs. This is where you can find the real commitment regarding these subjects. It's easier for you to begin a new educational endeavor, a travel prospect, a legal situation that you may have been a little bit ginger on starting or getting involved in. It's easier for you to get yourself connected, learn and grow on this day. Saturn is inviting you quite nicely into committing to these subjects when it comes to contracts and relationships. Something nice is lining up for you on the 22nd of November, Cancer rising. From the 2nd of November, Mercury is moving into a part of your chart connected to work, health, and services, the day-to-day habitual grind. Mercury is about travel, intellectual pursuits. It loves to learn, it loves to socialize, and it certainly likes to talk about the money. So if money is on your mind, connected to your career, this is the transit where you can have some frank conversations that get you out of a mental bind. Finding out about health ailments will be easier if you have any at all, or discovering new health regimes is easier with Mercury in your 6th place. But it certainly is busy, and if you're learning something new with this transit or you're traveling, Mercury can really have you motoring. So watch your mental health. Check that your body is okay with this transit, because Mercury turns up the heat exponentially, physically and mentally. On the 18th of the month, Mercury is going to stand off with Jupiter, the benefic, which is in a part of your chart which is the unseen and behind closed doors. This could be a day of do I or don't I? Am I right? Am I wrong? Should I be pursuing this new career? Should I be pushing myself so hard physically? The answer is no, and you know it on the 18th of November. Then on the 25th of November, Mercury will go into a retrograde. Not your first rodeo, Cancer rising for sure with a Mercury retrograde. But this one is interesting for you. Mercury goes direct on the 15th of December. So from the 25th of November to the 15th of December, here's the window of opportunity to iron out any financial, mental, or travel nuances connected to your work, your career, your health, services, pets, and contracts. Talk, be vocal about what works and what doesn't with money exchanges, money differences with contracts. This is the transit to speak up, to get things clear, said, and done before Mercury goes direct on the 15th of December. Mars, our personal planet of aggression, action, and conflict, transits in the sign of Leo for the whole month of November, starting on the 3rd. When you have Mars in Leo, Cancer rising, opulence and overindulgence is certainly checked. You'll be very hypervigilant of what's coming in and out and ready to pursue your financial goals with complete aggression. You will not be tolerating anything less than the best with Mars in your second place. Mars will retrograde in Leo, your second house, on the 6th of December. So from the 3rd of November to the 6th of December, you have the cosmic green light to pursue your financial ambitions, but understand overindulgence is not the key with this one. You want to bring in the money that sustains you for the long term. So let's have a quick recap of what the slow planets are doing in the month of November and the long stories that continue for you, Cancer rising. Well, on the 15th of the month, we see Saturn stationing direct in a part of your chart connected to international and foreign connections and higher education. Saturn will now have you feeling more determined and certain about your worldly ambitions and how travel and education is connected to these goals. Saturn's going to give you the discipline to see your long term ideologies come to pass if you can just be more disciplined and direct in what you want in these areas. On the 19th of the month, Pluto will ingress into Aquarius in a part of your chart connected to shared resources and wealth for 20 years. Wow. So Pluto is a planet that is about death, destruction, chaos, decay, things that are old, trying to flush out and disintegrate anything that is weighty and unnecessary and clandestine. To bring in more wealth and freedom is the ultimate goal for Pluto. So when he's transiting for 20 years in a part of your chart that's about your assets, your finances, and shared resources, this is about eliminating the dead weight and looking at financial options that are more lucrative for you in the long term. You may need to look at different investment opportunities. Aquarius is all about being future oriented, looking towards the future with more optimistic. So intellectually researching financial opportunities is the key to create financial freedom for yourself with Pluto in your 8th house, Cancer rising. Neptune continues its retrograde in the part of your chart of worldly ambitions, education, and travel, and won't go direct until December 7. Time to get clear. Take off the rose colored glasses in regards to feeling that you can't have what you want when it comes to worldly travel, international and foreign connections, media and publishing, and education. Neptune is certainly giving you plenty of time to see the forest for the trees and what you need to eliminate, get rid of the negative talk because it's blocking your progression regarding these topics of expansion and growth and travel. Uranus continues as retrograding in a part of your chart connected to your friends, social connections, and beneficiaries that help you along your career path. Rolling with the punches is the key here. You may see friends come and go, ambassadors come and go, and your dreams change up exponentially with Uranus retrograde here. But it's all to shake up your connections and give you a sense of freedom and new paths to go down before Uranus goes direct on the 30th of January 2025. Jupiter continues its retrograde in a part of your chart of the unseen and behind closed doors and won't go direct until the 4th of February 2025. Jupiter is going to have you trying to overcome self-sabotage, how you talk about yourself, get on top of any mental health issues or anything that is chronic. Jupiter only wants to provide abundance and liberation and freedom. So if you need to cull declutter, get things out of your head, and things that are holding you down with addictions, for example, or not having procedures that you know you need to have regarding surgeries or going into institutions that can actually help you. Jupiter is certainly going to provide the variety and options with this transit to finally get on top of things that are hidden and weighing you down. This is liberation time with Jupiter retrograding in this part of your chart for you before it goes direct on the 4th of February 2025. It's birthday time for Cosmic Girl 101 YouTube channel on the 5th of November, and how best to celebrate it? Well, I welcome opinions from my audience to put comments in the comment section below. How do I best celebrate this milestone? I'm not sure, but I'm certainly open to your input. You're in for an interesting month, Cancer rising. There's ups, there's downs, but we're all in this cosmic soup together. You've got this. I also have a poll on the community tab on the page of Cosmic Girl 101, and feel free to vote on one of those astrological topics that you'd like me to put a video out in the near future. Have yourself a great November, Cancer rising, and I'll connect with you next time.